are set to go in front of a big house on this Saturday at Giant Center. And the Admirals off the opening hop control it with their new defenseman, but no stranger to Bears fans, Bruno St. Jacques. The Bears force the turnover. Trevor Byrne with a shot down low. And the puck picked away by the Admirals. Dustin Byfuglien in the starting lineup for Mike Haviland. With a pass along the right side and back into Bears territory. Puck out front. Pietrasiak covers it up in his first save in a Bears uniform. The wraparound try for Pierre Parento. In his AHL career, we saw him last year with the Portland Pirates when the Bears took on Portland in the Eastern Conference Finals. Parento also played with the Cincinnati Mighty Ducks in AHL play before calling Norfolk his third home in this league. And the big guys out there right now, Troy Brouwer, Martin St. Pierre, center and left wing. And the puck brought out by the Bears to center. Chris Bourque clearing it back down. Corey Crawford directing traffic. Jordan Henry, the defenseman on the far side, will touch it up with 19:26 to go in the first period. PA Central is excited to present Power Play, a chance for you to win cold hard cash. All season long on radio, if the Bears score on the first power play of the game, $25 in cash will be awarded to one lucky winner if the Bears don't score. The money rolls over. Our jackpot tonight at $150. With a face-off coming up to the right of goaltender Jeff Pietrasiak. The Bears goaltender this evening called up from Reading, making his AHL debut. Martin St. Pierre out front, dishes to the blue line. A wrister from David Kochi and a rebound. Off Pietrasiak to the wall near side. Brandon Bochenski off to Jeremy Domish. Behind the net to Brouwer, all the way to the perimeter, right point. Kochi tees one up. Save made by Pietrasiak. And a rebound on the far side. You talk about a baptism by fire facing Norfolk. And the line of Troy Brouwer, Brandon Bochenski, and Martin St. Pierre to start. That's about as tough as you'll see in the American Hockey League. The Bears ice it here with 18:56 to go in the first period. And Norfolk with the first 4 shots of the game. The Bears still looking for their first against Corey Crawford. You can get registered for the PA Central Power Play at 959 East Park Drive in Harrisburg, 25 West Main Street in Shiremanstown, or 5137 Jonestown Road in Harrisburg. PA Central, a proud supporter of the Calder Cup champion Bears. Listen to the Bears on radio all season long for your chance to play Power Play. Near side, Bourque tries to clear away and does. Up the far side and gently in front of Crawford. It won't go the distance for icing. Crawford will play it all the way ahead to Colin Frazier. Adam Birdie on the wrong side of the blue line, though, and the Admirals are offsides. 18:39 to go in the first period. Admirals with that 4-0 shot advantage. We are 0-0 here. The Bears have won 3 of 4 against Norfolk this year. This is the 5th meeting of 10, and it won't be long till we see him again. Next week, we will be in Hampton Roads Wednesday and Friday, the first 2 games of a season-long 5-game road trip. By the time that concludes, and the Admirals and Bears will have a home-and-home in late January, only 1 game remaining in the 10-game season set. Chad Wiseman into Kyle Wilson. 4 goals in his last 3 games, but it's tipped away here on the Admiral defense and cleared up the far side into Bears territory. Arsini against Adam Burridge. Back in behind the net. Burridge down low into the corner for Frazier. And near the right hash mark, the Admirals centering it up, and Eric Fehr out to center for Hershey. Across the Norfolk line, he will drop it to Chad Wiseman along the near wing. Dumped in behind the net. Wilson has checked off the puck. The battle continues there. Just 2 minutes gone here in the first period. The game scoreless between the Admirals and the Bears. Near side for Adam Birdie. Number 25 for Norfolk coming to the red line. Puck is tipped away. Birdie up in the air. Admirals are changing. Bears do likewise. Puck behind the net, and the Bears will begin by bringing it out to center. The newcomer on defense, Sean Germain, will bring it up the right board. Shoot it through Robitaille on the right wing and deep into Admirals territory. Hendricks back for Jeff Schultz. Down low, a backhander for Vandermeer, but it goes wide of the net. Schultz missed the game in Albany last night because of the flu. He is not 100%, but the Bears do have the option of getting him out there. Deryk Engelland, who had a terrific game last night in Albany, paired up with Schultz right now. Hendricks along the far side. Jonas Nordquist with it for the Admirals. He'll send it deep in his own zone to Dustin Byfuglien. The Minnesota native will leave it there for Bruno St. Jacques. The puck along the far board, and now to center to Pierre Parento. Parento hit on the wall by Schultz. Engelland into the corner. A rude greeting for him there as the puck staying to the hash mark on the right side. Schultz looks to clear, and Fleischman along the left board. A pass behind Giroux out into neutral ice, and Cam Barker for Norfolk will dump it back in, but it would have been offside. That gives Pietrasiak time to come out of the Bears' goal crease and leave it for defenseman Jeff Schultz. 16:35 to go here in the first. Bears still looking for their first shot on net. 0-0 here at Giant Center. Admirals back into their zone with Hendry. A backhander up over everybody. Backend will go the distance. Engelland will easily touch up for icing here on a stop with 16:23 to go in the first. Time for tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Chrysler Jeep. It is another goaltender sign-in please night. Last night we saw the AHL debut of Darren McChesney, a successful one. The Bears, in order to be successful tonight, need the same thing from Jeff Pietrasiak. Playing with the Reading Royals was 6-4 with a goals against average at 2.92, a save percentage in Reading at just under 90%. Back out to center here. Certainly with the Admirals banged up and the Bears rather depleted with half the club in Washington right now. Trying to just battle it out for another 60 minutes in the fourth game in 5 nights. Hopefully that will be enough as the puck comes in offside for Norfolk. 16:04 to go in the first. We made mention of the depletion of the Norfolk roster as well, although it's not quite as dramatic. They are still without defenseman Steve Munn and Brandon Rogers. Carl Corazzini, and good for Corzo, getting called up to the Chicago Blackhawks today. Former Hershey Bear and Framingham, Massachusetts native. And certainly a fan favorite when he was here and getting another shot in the NHL, a second call-up of the season. They just sent Troy Brouwer back this week. He's out on the ice right now wearing number 11. Near side Brouwer up and out of the Norfolk zone to St. Pierre. Dangerous and with speed. Sending it up the glass bar board. And Bochenski out of the left circle in front and stripped away by Wilson. Byrne was tripped up and no call as the puck to center. Fehr will bring it back for the Bears and dump it into the slot. Wilson back on a cross. A shot from Byrne going wide. And on the far side, Brouwer will move it up for Norfolk, up the right wing, intended for St. Pierre. Slapped back by the defense, but picked up and moved to center out there on a break. Caught him on a change, in, shot, and a save made as Crawford put it off the leg pad. And Bochenski out to center ice. Eric Fehr with the Bears' best scoring chance, in fact, their only scoring chance. That the first shot on goal for the Bears thus far. 15:05 to go in the first, still 0-0 here at Giant Center. Puck along the near side for Colin Fraser. Back behind the net. Jeremy Domish battling with Sean Germain. Puck along the far board. Up top, Dustin Byfuglien fakes the shot and then put one over top of the net. Off the glass for Chris Bourque. Bourque with 20 points now in the season. 10 goals, 10 assists. What a sensational sophomore season he has had to this point. As Norfolk will clear it away from him. Quinton Lang out there too. The former Admiral and reigning AHL Player of the Week for 6 points, including a hat trick last week against Albany. St. Jacques hit hard behind the net. Admirals break out of their own zone. Off the skate of the referee on the far side. McDonald spun around at his blue line. The Bears trying to continue on with Kyle Wilson. But onto the stick of St. Jacques. The Admirals clear to center. Almost 6 minutes gone here in the first period. And the Bears and Admirals still scoreless as Robitaille. A real offensive hero of last night's game, assisting on a game-tying and game-winning goals. His first 2 assists of the season. And coming in the third period last night to help the Bears to their 23rd win of the year. Puck sent in along the left side. And the first one back, Parento checked off the puck. Robitaille intercepted by McDonald. He looks in front. Jordan Hendry, to the far wing, is hit by Vandermeer. Center point Barker takes it on the backhand. His shot knocked away, and the Bears look to clear with Robitaille along the near wall. McDonald turns, put it into the slot, but onto the stick of Pete Vandermeer. The Bears in need of a change, and Vandermeer will slowly dish it left side and put 5 new ones out there. 13:25 to go in the first. A rapidly moving first period tonight here at Giant Center. And the Bears and Admirals 0-0. The puck in deep for Mark Busenberg behind the goal. Near side to Fleischman. And now to center to Tanute. 3 points last night, including the game-tying and game-winning goals to Giroux and stripped away. Ryan Bickle with a poke check to the near side. Scoring chances always going to be in short supply when you play Norfolk. Very tight defensively in their own zone. They certainly did it again there. Janssen along the far board will send it deep. Colin Fraser there for the Admirals. Bickle in deep, as Tanute tries to clear. Loose puck into the slot. The Bears will gather it in, and Thomas Fleischman will skate to center. Bears are dumping and changing again. Crawford behind the net. Stopping and leaving for the defense. Skating there is Adam Birdie. Birdie with a dump ahead to the middle. David Kochi, the rugged defenseman, and of course, former Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguin. Sent in on the far side, Jeremy Domish with a puck sent into his own zone. Bears recover, and in the near side for Arsini, now for Chris Bork, up in the air. Little pop fly over the Norfolk net. And Domish out along the far side of Bochenski, but he could not clear. Loose puck is Matt Hendricks chasing after it. Puck to the near side for Brouwer. Out to center ice through Bochenski. And Germain overcommitted. Far side, 2-on-none, score. A defensive breakdown as Sean Germain coughed it up in the neutral zone. And the Admirals on top with Bochenski hooking up with St. Pierre. That is exactly what Jeff Pietrasiak did not want to see in front of him. The two high goal scorers and high point getters for the Norfolk Admirals hooking up on a giveaway by Germain on the far side. And for the newcomer to the AHL, welcome to the league, kid. That was a rough one. Almost 8 minutes gone here in the first, and the Admirals leading it 1-0. A 5-on-5 goal, 7:55 the time, and you know when those guys are out there, they're always dangerous. Germain trying to pick it up off the wall, went way too far to let those guys get in behind, and thus the 1-0 count. St. Jacques bringing it in for Norfolk, down below into the corner near side, and the Bears will get it back with Eric Fehr. Here's the call. Well, apparently we're having a problem with the feed. Bochenski got the goal. St. Pierre the assist on the year for Bochenski. That's his 23rd. And the puck deep in the near side. A rip of a shot near wing off the stick of Nordquist, but coming all the way out of the zone. And the Admirals will start from their own end. They give Troy Brouwer an assist on that as well. A fantastic rookie in the Blackhawks organization. The puck going far side. And into the corner, the Bears in their own end look to clear and do. Cam Barker taking control in his own end with 11:07 to go in the first period. Pietrasiak behind the net will leave it there. There is nothing in the world that Pietrasiak was going to do about that goal. 2-on-none for Norfolk with their two biggest weapons bearing down on it. But at 1-0, the Admirals coming again. Adam Birdie, left side, a shot. Save made by Pietrasiak off in the corner. And a puck along the right point. Now Barker along the left hash mark, a puck tipped off Burrish up and down a play, and we somewhat belatedly will take a timeout. 10:43 to go in the first, 1-0 Norfolk on the Bears Radio Network. Washington Capitals underway at this hour. It's 1-0 New York. And so far, Lawrence Nicola not on the score sheet, and right now that's front page news in Caps camp. He came up with a huge night last night, including his first NHL goal. And again, congratulations to Lawrence. He certainly seems to have found a home on the Washington blue line for now. A shot coming in on Crawford and a glove save with 10:34 to go in the first period. Norfolk out shooting the Bears 6-1 to begin things here. And Bochenski from St. Pierre and Brouwer at 7:55. Making it 1-0. The boys from Virginia on top. Hendricks will take the draw and do so against Colin Frazier. Bork on one side, Lang on the other as the Bears win it back to Busenberg. Shot toward the front of the goal. Lang into the corner, hit there by Jeremy Domish. A pair of number 26s collide as Hendricks in to help. Kochi, as the puck comes off the wall, will flick it out to center on the backhand, and the Bears will dump it back in with Trevor Byrne. Byrne figures to get the bulk of the ice time on the blue line tonight. Special teams as well at 5-on-5. Byrne likely to see most of the power play time when the Bears, in fact, get a chance. We have not had a penalty, knock on wood, in 10 minutes. To begin this game is Bork battling Kochi, and a penalty coming up. That one will do nicely. Kochi holding on to Bork too long. A hooking penalty against the Admirals. And with 9:56 to go in the first period, we'll take a timeout. Bears power play when we come back. 1-0 Norfolk on the Bears Radio Network. Alexander Giroux on right wing. He leads the Bears with 23 goals. Joey Tanute with a 3-point night, including 2 goals, is at center. And as we mentioned, Trevor Byrne, the lone defenseman here on the power play. Chad Wiseman, the forward, out along the blue line. Wiseman tees one up. A big blocker save by Crawford. Wiseman put that right on the money, and Crawford came up with an equally big save. Fleischman, a good play to keep it in, but now it's a 2-on-1. Short-handed for Byfuglien. Moving in, a shot, and through the goaltender, Pietrasiak, but wide of the net. That almost ended a pretty long streak. Back along the far wing, Wiseman will move to center. That puck getting by the goaltender, but not going in, and Wiseman will bring it in along the left side. Joey Tanute to the blue line and controlled by Fleischman, but he put it off the skate of McDonald, and the Bears will have to pull out. 9:10 to go here in the first period. Bears hoping the power play can juice up the offensive Jets. They trail at 1-0 and only have 2 shots in 11 minutes. The puck back now in the Bears zone. Pietrasiak puck handling. Sent it far wing to Busenberg. A little bit rushed, and the Admirals will pick it back up with Jordan Hendry. Sending it on the near wing, and behind the net, Busenberg will start with it. 8:45 to play. First period, 1-0. Admirals with the advantage. Adam Birdie almost broke up the Busenberg pass. Busenberg liable to see a lot of time on the power play tonight as well. Swift skating, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts native. Funny enough, the goaltender tonight, Jeff Pietrasiak, also from Shrewsbury, suburb of Worcester and Boston. Puck along the far board, brought in here offsides with 8:25 to go in the first period and 29 seconds remaining in the David Kochi 2-minute minor. Corey Crawford this year, 1 win and 4 tries against the Bears, but he has played well in all 4. Losing a game in overtime, losing 2 games in overtime, 1 at Norfolk Scope, 1 here back in December. Earlier than this month. Back along the far side, a shot from Fehr and knocked off Crawford. Fehr with a couple of good chances against the Norfolk netminder. Now near side for Busenberg. To Kyle Wilson along the wing. Byfuglien broke it up. Fehr holding on. Centering try, but right onto the stick of Adam Burish. And a puck to center off Byfuglien to the Hershey blue line. Mark Busenberg to Fehr. Bears will dump in and change him up. Under 8 minutes to play here in the first period. Power play is over. Hershey's first of the night goes by the boards. And the puck sent in for an icing call with 7:51 to go in the first. We'll take a timeout with Norfolk up 1-0 on the Bears Radio Network. Matt Hendricks to take the face-off inside the Norfolk zone. The Bears trailing at 1-0 here at Giant Center in the first period. Jermaine back out there on the left point. He'll send it in behind the net. And Byfuglien to the near side. Clears it away for the Admirals. Jermaine on his horse to come back and touch up. And as he gets there, the Bears will spin around their own net. Jermaine up the wall near side for Hershey. Off Robitaille and all the way down. Into the Norfolk end. St. Jacques colliding with Quinton Lang. Lang away with the puck behind the net at the side of the goal. Shot off the side of the net. Hendricks the rebound. And a puck to the left hash mark. The Bears trying to keep it in here. 7:15 to go in the first. Norfolk strips it away and breaks out. A 3-on-2 if they hurry. St. Pierre on a cross. Troy Brouwer with a try. And it comes to the crease. Back on the far side. Bears will clear it in. And Jeremy Domish at center ice. Controlling for the Admirals. The shot's now 7-4. Equaling out just a little bit. And 13 minutes gone, 7 to go here in the first of a 1-0 game. Norfolk in the lead. Jermaine, far side, and Fleischman near the hash mark. Not a lot of room. Jermaine behind the net, stripped away by Brouwer, and getting it back, Jermaine to the far side. Bears trying to battle to get it moving. High off the glass, staying in play, and Hendricks will send it to the near wing. 6:37 to go. First period. Bears finally get it ahead. Giroux to Fleischman across the line. Lost an edge in front of a couple of Admiral defenders. And the puck staying at the point. Giroux can't come up with it. Bochenski with it now. Coming up with his 23rd goal of the season here in the first period. A penalty coming up. This one's going to be on the Bears for holding at center ice with 6:22 to go in the first. And the Bears' leading goal scorer, Alexander Giroux, will head to the box. And one thing the Bears can ill afford to do on this night is take too many penalties. With the firepower that Norfolk possesses, the Bears, for any number of reasons, not the least of which is the defensive core will be depleted. Jeff Schultz already not 100% tonight after missing yesterday's game due to the flu. Sean Jermaine up from Reading and playing in his first AHL game, and a goaltender making his first AHL start. Staying out of the penalty box would be a good idea. Bears only getting their first penalty of the game here with 6:22 to go in the first. And they are repairing a divot That was taken at the Norfolk blue line. The linesman feverishly working, Jimmy Doyle and Bobby Goodman. Here's the read. Actually, not the read as of yet. We will get there momentarily. Giroux, we're holding, is the call at 13:38. Norfolk onto the power play for the first time this evening. The Bears, for all of their reasons, not wanting to be in the penalty box.
We're holding. Time of the penalty, 13:38. Giroux, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 13:38.
But Norfolk, when it comes to the man advantage, second in the American League at 21.8%. Nobody to be messed with on a good day. Back in behind the net, Bickle. Now to Pierre Parento. Parento had a couple of assists in his Norfolk debut last night. On the far side for McDonald. Puck spun around by Bickle, and the Bears will clear it away. Dean Arsini sending it all the way down. Arsini missing Wednesday's game up here in the booth with us, as he was out due to injury, but logged a lot of time in Albany last night and certainly didn't look any worse for the wear. Behind the net, Pietrasiak swung and missed on a clear and then gave it away to McDonald, but Byrne will send it to the near wing. And the puck on the near side, Parento losing the puck, and Hendricks shorthanded, drops for Fleischman, but it doesn't come to his tape. And now to the near corner, a battle and a scrum along the wall. 5.5 to play, first period. Norfolk on the power play. They lead it 1-0. Minute to go, and a penalty to Giroux, and the puck cleared in along the left side. Engelland up the near wall, a bouncing puck back into the Norfolk zone. Crawford playing this puck ahead all the way to center ice, and St. Pierre. Now to Brouwer on the wing. He's hit by Engelland. Loose puck into the slot. Admirals have it, and then quick pressure collapsing from Wiseman. Top of the circle. Admirals far side with St. Pierre. Admirals taking their time now. 30 seconds to go. And a penalty to Giroux, looking in front. Now Bochenski, top of the left, circle to drive, and a save made. Pietrasiak holding on with 4:50 to go in the first. But it was December the 20th in Albany. He went down at the end of the second period, came back, finished the period, but didn't return for the third. And then the bad news coming in Norfolk on the off day a week ago Thursday, as a shot here from Brouwer into the corner far side. Maxime Daigneault backing up tonight, and the newcomer, Jeff Pietrasiak, in goal. Wiseman knocks it away. It's a shorthanded try. And onside, and he scores! Chad Wiseman, the shorthanded goal. Hershey's 15th shorthanded goal of the season. And it could not have come at a better time with 4:29 to go in the first period. The Bears have tied it against Corey Crawford at 1-1. Chad Wiseman, a huge goal here in the first period. The Hershey Bears lead planet Earth in the shorthanded goal department. That is 15 of them. No one in the American League has more than 9. In fact, the closest pursuer is Norfolk. They've got 9. The Bears now with 15 of them this season, and they have tied it here 1-1.
It is 9th of the season. Scored by number 21, Chad Wiseman. Unassisted. Time of the goal, 15:31. Wiseman, unassisted. Time of the goal, 15:31.
The penalty over. It's a 5-on-5. Giroux trying to get around St. Jacques. And a puck deep into the Norfolk zone. Puck along the far side, usually sound on defense. Norfolk a lapse and lets the Bears tie it. Now a shot in on Crawford, and it tips away to the corner. Bears along the near side. St. Jacques looks to clear. And ahead to center, Adam Birdie. Ahead on the near wing, held up was Burish. And the play continues with Jeff Schultz. Be interesting to see how much time Schultz logs tonight. Certainly not feeling well, and his team in pretty desperate need of defensive help. Out there again right now on the puck to center for Vandermeer. Robitaille along the wing near side. Cam Barker swipes this one away back into the Bears zone. We are tied at 1 here at Giant Center. Chad Wiseman with a shorty as Vandermeer trying to come up with a puck. Crawford trying to jump on top of it. Now it's Fleischman as Crawford had strayed from the net. And a chance out in front between Robitaille and Pete Vandermeer. Now the puck to Dean Arsini. His shot offline. And Domish along the far wing. Suddenly, the normally reliable Norfolk defense giving up some opportunities. And Crawford strayed from net and almost gave one away. Now with 2:45 to go in the first and the game tied. The puck to center for Brian Bickle. Taken away by Hershey. This crowd getting into it a little bit here at Giants Center. There's only 6 shots, but the most recent, a shorthanded goal scored by Chad Wiseman, and a big one it was to tie the game here. Give Jeff Pietrasiak a little sigh of relief after giving up the first goal of the night in his first AHL start. Busenberg down the wall through Hendricks and Lang. Over on the wing, and Lang near side into Bork, but he couldn't pull the trigger. Admirals away on the near side, and now to center with Colin Fraser. Admirals dump it in. 2:05 to go in the first. Admirals with 9 shots. Hershey with 6. And a puck to the wing, Hendricks. Rimming it in far board. Racing for the puck, Wiseman. Turned, fired it off St. Jacques. Up and down a play, and we'll take a timeout. Minute 54 to go in the first period. Tied at 1 on the Bears Radio Network. Back at Giants Center on this Saturday night, the Bears and the Norfolk Admirals tied at 1. St. Pierre deep for Norfolk into the Bears zone. Controlling right corner out to David Kochi. Lets the slapper go. Rebound off Pietrasiak. And behind the net, Bochenski trying to put it out front. The long-distance shot from the left point from Kochi. He'll try again. Bochenski tried to tip, but that shot not tippable as Kochi put it right into his skates. Near side, in from the blue line. Kochi battling with Eric Fehr. And behind the net, Bochenski and Schultz, they collide. Schultz up the wall. St. Jacques will keep it in. 1 minute to play here in the first period. This game tied at 1 as Brouwer looking to get in front of the goal and could not off the glass. Up by Wilson, back into the Norfolk zone, short of icing. The Bears will put 5 fresh skaters out. Sending around St. Jacques to center against Giroux. Tipped aside in front of the Norfolk bench. And Giroux still fighting for it. A man in front of Tanut if he could get it there, and it ends up behind the net. And at the right side of the goal, Fleischman with a whack at it, but Crawford had the right post covered well. Jonas Nordquist coming now for Norfolk. Stick checked away by Busenberg. Behind the net, McDonald out front. A save made Pietrasiak. Off the left post. Out to center for Tanut. And near side for Alexander Giroux. He'll drop it at the right circle. Busenberg with a shot. Sticked away. Loose off of Crawford. And Giroux trying to put it home and could not. McDonald with 10 seconds to go in the period will dump it in deep. Pietrasiak mishandled it again. And a puck in behind the net. I don't think stick handling is his strong suit. Back along the near wing. Lang ahead to center. And now for Tanut. He'll send it in. That is the end of the first period. And the crowd here at Giants Center, pretty big house, giving an ovation to the Bears, knowing this team a little short-handed tonight. Jeff Pietrasiak allowing just 1 goal on 11 Norfolk shots after 1 here at Giants Center. Hershey 1 and Norfolk 1. We'll take a timeout. John Sparenberg will join us when we come back on the Bears Radio Network. 20 minutes on the board, second period getting underway. McDonald against Tanut, a pair of number 10s, and we begin the second with Tanut quickly on across to Giroux. His shot and a rebound off Corey Crawford. Up and out of the zone, Busenberg bringing it back into his own zone. Falls down, back in front. Fleischman tips it away from McDonald. A shot from Byfuglien, and a save made by the goaltender. And back the other direction, Fleischman will scoot it in. A shot wide of the goal and a penalty coming up. The Bears going out of the power play as Fleischman was hit. And they're going to call a holding penalty here against the Admirals just 26 seconds into the second period. Pietrasiak coming up with the first save he's had to make here in the period on a long-distance dedication from the right point from Dustin Byfuglien. Bruno St. Jacques for the hold here. And Hershey would love to get something going on a power play and try and get a lead in this game. They trailed 1-0 and then tied it up.
Norfolk penalty to number 8, Bruno St. Jacques. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 26 seconds. St. Jacques, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 26 seconds.
So the Bears will crank up their power play with Trevor Byrne on to Eric Fehr back into the Bears zone. Byrne with a pass up the left wing, out too far for Bork, catching up with it in the Norfolk zone, and tried to center to Fehr off the tape and cleared away by the Admirals into the Hershey zone. Pietrasiak will stop it and leave it behind the net. Bears coming now with Chad Wiseman. His shorthanded goal in the first period tied this game at 1-1. How Wilson was offsides. Into the zone along the far wall, and the Bears will do it again in neutral ice with 18:54 to go in the second period. Fans, it's time for tonight's Stroman Bakery's Fresh Face of the Week brought to you by Stroman Bakeries. You can pick just about anybody tonight. Jeff Pietrasiak, though, making his AHL debut. First AHL start tonight. Played his college hockey last year at the University of New Hampshire. And has a 1-1 lockup in here right now. A rough bounce in front of him, but Pietrasiak fields it, no problem. Leaves it behind the net. And the Bears starting from behind their own goal with a minute to go. And a penalty to St. Jacques. Wiseman ahead to Joey Tanute. And the Bears will fire it in deep off the glass. Crawford knocking it down. And a puck to the far wing. Alexander Giroux down low. Pass out in front. Giroux had it on his stick, and he could not let it go. Disrupted by the Admiral defense. And back to Wiseman. A shot for Byrne. Right back at him, deflecting all the way to the Hershey goal crease. Pietrasiak will leave it there for Chad Wiseman. 18:08 to go, second period. We're tied at 1. And a puck to the near wing. Left point for Schultz, battling Adam Berti. And out of the zone, the Admirals able to clear. Wiseman back to move it quickly to get to the Norfolk line. Stopped there by Nordquist. Bears get it back. And near side, Fleischman. Bears trying to make something happen on the offensive side. Fleischman, a centering try, broken up by Byfuglien. Out to the blue line, Wiseman. 10 seconds to go on the power play. And a puck to the near wing. Up and out. And Schultz in center ice will pull it back to his blue line. That'll do it for the man advantage. The Bears now 0 for 2 as St. Jacques coming out of the sin bin. Hendricks at 5-on-5 across the Norfolk line. And a puck behind the net. Crawford with Robitaille coming quickly. Tried to double back and clear it. Bounced away. Now out to the left point. A shot from Schultz. Save is made. Vandermeer going at it with Kochi. And you know, with the aforementioned names there, that's going to get things interesting. Robitaille out there too. This really the first time in this game with all the tension we've seen between these two clubs. And now Vandermeer dropping with Kochi and says, let's get it on. The gloves drop. The helmet of Kochi comes off. Vandermeer swinging. Kochi got a shot in as well. Vandermeer with a big right. Coming from the right side along the side of Kochi's head. And they move all the way out to the top of the circle. Kochi with a swing and a miss. And trying to get the helmet off and not having any success. Vandermeer holding on, so is Kochi. And this looks to be winding down, although the linesmen haven't broken it up yet. Our first fighting major of the game after just 3 minor penalties. Kochi lands on Vandermeer, but it looked like Pistol Pete landed the majority of the punches. Kochi got a couple in. Vandermeer goes to the box. Little fire up for his club, number 27, heading to the box. Much to the delight of the fans in front of the Bears penalty box. 17-19 to go here in the second. Couple of fighting majors, and we should stay at 5 aside. I don't believe there'll be anything else, although wait a minute. Looks like Robitaille heading off. We will have maybe twin roughs and a couple of fighting majors. Robitaille rubbing the head of Pete Vandermeer as the two of them head into the box. Roughing on Robitaille and Berti, fighting on Kochi and Vandermeer, all of it coming at 2:41 of the second period. Our first little bit of nastiness tonight. We almost had ourselves a bench clear in Norfolk the last time these clubs got together. At 15-17 of the third period, Vandermeer and Sloan got into fights with Kochi and Frazier. Burrish got a game misconduct. There were 4 different fights that happened. And that the last time these clubs saw each other 8 days ago. A very quiet first period followed by some shenanigans here in the second. And they're showing the replay of the fight here. Vandermeer landing a few lefts. Looks like Pete got lefts and rights, switching hands pretty well. And even though he gives up some poundage to David Kochi, both falling down on top of each other, and like Pete really did get the majority of the punches in, although probably a draw as far as the fight goes. Face-off coming up in the Norfolk zone. And the Bears and the Admirals all tied at 1-1. Robitaille now leading the team with 120 penalty minutes. And awaiting the read here, which we should have momentarily. Randy Rock Johnson, his final game of the mic tonight as PA announcer Don Scott. Going to be taking it the rest of the way.
Norfolk number 25, Adam Berti, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 3, David Kochi, 5 minutes for fighting. For Hershey, number 24, Louis Robitaille, 2 minutes for roughing. And number 27, Peter Vandermeer, 5 minutes for fighting. Time of the penalties, 2:41.
So the puck along the far board and sent here by the Bears to center ice. Quentin Lang will shoot it in past Jordan Hendry. And Bork along to Lang on the near wing. Dave Steckel had been on this line. Right now, out there is Matt Hendricks as the puck now to the left wing for Bork. He'll bring it across and dropping it off for Lang. His shot wide of the net. Rebound to the right wing. Arsini hit there by St. Pierre. Puck out in front. Stepping up. Dino with a try, and it's knocked away. Bork now with a centering try, and that's knocked down by Henry at the side of the net. A chance for Hendricks. Put it off the back wall, but did not miss by much. To center is Troy Brouwer. Now to Bochenski and clearing it back into the Bears zone. 16-15 to go in the second period. Jeff Pietrasiak in goal for the Bears, and this game tied at 1 as Hershey dumping it in with Eric Fehr. Wiseman keeping a skate on sides, and a puck right corner. Dustin Byfuglien will send it near wall. Wiseman, great play to check him off the puck, put it in front, and a shot that deflects out of play. That's what you like to see coming from Wiseman, getting his nose dirty along the wall and doing so to create a scoring chance with 15:58 to go here in the second period. Hershey 1, Norfolk 1. Eric Fehr, Kyle Wilson, Chad Wiseman. The forwards now with Byrne and Busenberg. And won by the Admirals Parento out of the zone, far side. And Nordquist had it poke checked away. Busenberg up the wall. And now the other direction. Here comes Nordquist left side after the steal. The shot and a save made by Pietrasiak to the near side. And Wiseman looking to clear it out but Byfuglien will send it in deep again. Pietrasiak had strayed from the goal, far side, left it to the corner, and Wilson far side off the dasher, cannot clear. The Admiral losing his stick on the far side. That was St. Jacques, and now Nordquist behind the net, trying to wrap it around, sticked away by Wilson. And a puck behind the net for Busenberg. Far board, Bears looking to get it out. They will skate it out of harm's way with Fehr, leaving for Wiseman at center ice. Wiseman will send it in left wing, and the Bears are changing. We played nearly 5 minutes of period number 2 here at Giant Center. This game tied at 1. Sean Germain on by our count the first time in this period. Along the far side ahead of Giroux. And on the wall far board with Hendry, they bump and grind into the corner. And to Joey Tenuta away with a puck now over for Colin Fraser. Ahead now with Bickle controlling. Up in the air, Deryk Engelland with a shot. He scores! Deryk Engelland with a shot from the right point that tipped in off of Crawford with 14:43 to go in the second period. The tip in front may have been Joey Tenuta. With their shots all even at 14, the Bears, their first lead of the night at 2-1. There was a tip in front. If it's Engelland's all the way, it'd be his first. If it was tipped with a little screen in front, the Bears really do not care at this point. Deryk Engelland having a great weekend. And the Bears have a lead here in the second period at 2-1. On the far side, Giroux. Into Fleischman behind the net. Crawford, maybe for the first time all season against the Bears, looking a little shaky on that one. Near side for Fraser. Engelland is hit by Hendry. Pocket center for Tenuta. Brought on across, Giroux. Into the right circle. The shot knocked down and did not get to the Norfolk net. Giroux will clear it. In behind the goal, Bickle. Along the near wing for Norfolk. Nearly 6 minutes gone, second period. And Hershey up 2-1. The puck in along the left side. And a little backhander to the top of the crease, but no save having to be made by Pietrasiak, and the Bears will clear.
His 9th of the season, scored by number 10, Joey Tenuta. The assist to number 12, Alexander Giroux, and number 33, Deryk Engelland. Time of the goal, 5:17. Tenuta from Giroux and Engelland. Time of the goal, 5:17.
Well, Joey Tenuta having some kind of 24 hours after a 3-point night last night, giving the Bears a lead on the tip here from Engelland and Giroux. The 5-on-5 goal as the Bears send it back deep into the Norfolk zone with 13:15 to go in the second period. Hershey up a goal here. Despite their depleted lineup, St. Pierre with a tip down low. Bochenski thought he had one, and Pietrasiak makes the save on the left post. Rebound, far side, Brouwer. Looking to center it up, and tipped out along the far board. Kyle Wilson ahead to center for the chocolate and white. Tipped away, Norfolk trying to force the turnover with Brouwer. Close to being offsides. Bears pass ahead to Wiseman. Left wing into the Norfolk zone. To Newt from Engelland and Giroux. Giving the Bears the 2-1 lead here in the second. And the Bears with Busenberg and Trevor Byrne together in their own zone. Bears will dump in. Crawford at the side of the net slaps it out far board. And the Admirals control with Craig McDonald. Lost the puck. Fleischman able to get it free. Top of the circle far side. Stick checked away by the Admirals. And back to center. Trevor Byrne will clear it in. And farboard Nordquist with 12:10 to go. This crowd coming to life. A shot from Fleischman off the side of the goal. And a puck to the near wing. Joey Tanut to Giroux behind the net. Looking to wrap it around. Top of the circle. Turns. Fires. Save made. And a rebound in front. Over on the far side. Bears tried to center with Tanut. Hit it into Giroux as he fell down. And Parento now for Norfolk will clear it up the left board, and back now into the Hershey zone. Far side, a shot from McDonald right through the top of the crease. Nordquist on the right wall to McDonald behind the net. 11:35 to go in the second. Out front, a shot, they score. Jonas Nordquist had time, had the angle, and beat Pietrasiak into the back of the net. Nordquist scoring his 9th of the season, his second against Hershey. And with 11:33 to go in the second, this game again is tied, this time at 2-2. The 5-on-5 goal for Nordquist. So the Bears' lead doesn't last very long. 8:27, the time of the goal after Tanut had found the back of the net at 5:17 on the tip of the Deryk Engelland shot. The shot's virtually even. And the Bears now, with the game knotted at 2-2. 4 deep into the goaltenders now with Kasivi on the shelf, Daigneault day-to-day, McChesney in Washington, and Jeff Pietrasiak tonight. His Bears debut, his AHL debut, his first AHL start. And all tied up now with Crawford, who's already won 19 games this season. For the Admirals, we're all tied again at 2 with a game almost half gone here. 11:20 to go in the second period. Burish into the corner near side with Engelland. And the puck to the hash mark, right side for Adam Birdie. Behind the net to Burish, centering, trying to Frazier. Trying to backhand it on net was Birdie. Near side, Hendricks will clear. And into the skates of Bork out to center. The Admirals take it back at their blue line. 11 minutes to go here in the second period. Puck up along the far side, and Pietrasiak will stop it.
Scored by number 19, Jonas Nordquist. The assist to number 10, Craig McDonald, and number 26, Jeremy Domish. Time of the goal, 8:27. Nordquist for McDonald and Domish. Time of the goal, 8:27.
Bears have the puck, and ahead on the right side through the neutral zone. Troy Brouwer with it now. Topped up in front by Byfuglien. Robitaille almost turned that into a scoring chance. And the puck to the near wing, Bochenski on to St. Pierre on the far side. 10:20 to go, second period. Bochenski hit by Vandermeer, and a puck to center, tripped up along the far side. A very late call and a bad call by Jason Nissen, running into the leg. It looks suspect. Nissen did not throw his arm up right away, but Vandermeer going to go off for tripping at 10:14 remaining. And the Bears, when we come back, all tied up with the Admirals 2-2, but down a man on the Bears radio network. The game tied at 2.
Arsini, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 9:46. Arsini, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 9:46.
Face off to Pietrasiak's left, and certainly another trying moment for the Bears newcomer. With a Norfolk power play, one of the best, if not the best, in the American League. Statistically, they're second, but with the additions they made of Pierre Parento and Bruno St. Jacques, they might be the best now. Bochenski bringing it across, dropped in the slot. Lang will take away, and the Bears' vaunted penalty kill unit even depleted. Getting it going here. It started with Lang, sending it deep, and quick change as Lang comes off. Fleischman is on. Bochenski, right side, brings it in. A drop pass to the top of the circle, Nordquist. To the corner near wing, and Bochenski now for St. Pierre, and along the near wing, controlled here by Nordquist. Up top, and Barker looking. Nordquist top of the circle, down low. St. Pierre put it in front, and Burns steered it aside before the Admirals could get a shot. Fleischman thought about maybe the shorthanded try, but a good decision to lay back, get the line change, and fresh personnel on here with 9:15 to go in the second period. A minute to go in a minor to Orsini. As Wiseman trying to go the other way from the Norfolk line. Bochenski beats it. Coming up the far side. Along the left wing. Dropped to Nordquist. Couldn't get a shot away on the one-timer as Bork chased him to the left point. Now right side, it's St. Pierre. Down the wall. Looking for Nordquist. Finding him in the corner. Back up top, St. Pierre. Near the face-off dot, right side. And the Admirals near wing will shoot it to the blue line for Byfuglien. Pass off the wall, away from Bochenski behind the net. The Bears trying to clear. Nordquist with a fan on the pass in front, and the Bears on a break with Bork. He's got Wiseman with him, 2-on-2, into the Norfolk zone. Looking to pass, Byfuglien threw his body in front of it. Bork still got it in front, and a shot for Schultz, rebound and away from Crawford. Left it there, Jeff Schultz. Almost with his first goal. Byfuglien the other way, shot and a save made. Pietrasiak with a huge stop on the far side on Dustin Byfuglien. Out front, the power play is over. A huge save by Pietrasiak, keeping this game tied. As Bork will send it back into the Norfolk zone. A shot here from Orsini. End to end we go here with 8 minutes to play. Second period. Glad you're with us here at Giants Center. The game at 2-2. The Bears and Admirals, the two top teams perhaps in all the AHL, certainly in the Eastern Conference right now. Puck down in the corner. Busenberg behind the net. He'll send it near side to Robitaille. The Bears, despite a depleted lineup in Norfolk, not 100% either. This game is all the marks of a championship fight. Back to center, Robitaille. He'll bring it left side. Looking for the shot. Tip on wide by Wilson. And Fehr, left wing, looking to center it up. Norfolk will clear it away. And a rolling puck short of icing into the Bears zone. Quick change for the Admirals. And the Bears sling it through center. Fleischman overskated it, and Burrish coming now for Norfolk. To Adam Berti. Weaving his way in. Sticked away by Byrne, and nicely done. To the far wing for Wilson. The Bears to center with Fleischman now across the Norfolk line, but he needs help. 2-on-3. Fehr joins the play. Fleischman spun around, and Berti will now move for Norfolk along the left side. Engelland sticked it away to the corner. Berti fighting for it. Adam Burrish in to help out too. 6:50 to go here in the second. Pietrasiak makes the save. He's held by Berti. Should have been interference, but wasn't. A backhander going wide of the net. And now out front, a chance for Burrish. And Pietrasiak coming a little slow toward the puck, but no second opportunity. Now it's Fleischman. It's a score! Giroux tips it in, and the Bears take the lead 3-2. Alexander Giroux, they might wave this off and say it was kicked in. I don't think Giroux did it intentionally. Now the puck can go off the skate. Giroux did not angle it in. It appeared in real time. The discussion going across on the far board, and Jason Nissen, the referee, conferring. If Giroux gets it, it's his 24th, but hold the phone. The red light goes on. No doubt it went in. Goal, yes. That's the right call, because you can use your skate, but you give as long as you don't kick it in or direct it. Alexander Giroux, Jason Nissen made the right call. McDonald is going to lobby, but that appeared pretty obvious. Mike Haviland is going to ask for an explanation. And certainly on a goal with some dispute, the coach certainly has that right. There's no doubt it went off the skate. But Giroux from Fleischman at 13:30, giving the Bears a lead at 3-2. And give Jason Nissen credit, conferring with the linesman, getting the majority opinion. He saw it his way, and obviously the linesman did as well. Hershey leads it 3-2. A 5-on-5 goal, the 24th of the season for Alexander Giroux. To center we come. And the puck sent back by Norfolk. The Bears giving Jeff Pietrasiak a 1-goal lead to work with. With the shots even at 20, 6:18 to go in the second period. And Hendricks on across far side. Down low for Hendricks and a shot that goes wide.
There's Giroux. The assist to number 18, Kyle Wilson, and number 14, Thomas Fleischman. Time of the goal, 13:30. Giroux from Wilson and Fleischman. Time of the goal, 13:30.
Bears on the attack. Orsini just missing from center point. And Bork behind the goal. 5:45 to go in the second period. The Bears with Busenberg left point, and now Brouwer coming along the far side. Top of the circle, a penalty coming up. It is on Hershey. A tripping call as St. Jacques went down. The Bears touch up with Busenberg, and we'll take a break. 5:29 to go in the second. Hershey on a goal by Alexander Giroux, his 24th of the year, leading Norfolk 3-2 on the Bears radio network. 5:29 to go in the second. Vandermeer with a 2-minute minor here at 14:31. The Bears and Jeff Pietrasiak with another bullet to dodge as Norfolk takes to the man advantage here. Byfuglien out at center point as the Admirals get it cranked up.
2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 14:31.
Shot from Parento up and out of the zone. The Bears able to clear. 5:10 to go here in the second period. And the puck along the far wing to center ice and brought in by Colin Fraser. Left wing board into the Bears' end, clearing it behind the net. And near wing up top through Dustin Byfuglien and all the way down. Corey Crawford allowing 3 goals tonight on 20 Hershey shots, un-Crawford-like in this season series. And the Bears with a 1-goal advantage here late in the second. The Admirals trying to do something about it. Parento back to Bickle. His shot up and out of play. And a stop with 4:39 to play in the second. Coming up on the Toyota Intermission Report, of course, Tim Leone will be here. Chat about the first 2 periods. The roster moves aplenty between the Capitals and Bears in the last 48, 72 hours. And the good Lord willing, we will have the out-of-town scoreboard. We say that because the internet has gone Tap City again. It has been a random event here the last couple of days. Has been reliable for about 4 years, and all of a sudden the last week or so, something's a little squirrely up here. I'm not sure quite what that might be. But Jason Groff is on it. We have the utmost in his abilities as a puck brought across here. Bochenski trying to get us going here. A shot from Barker at center point. Down to St. Pierre. And at the hash mark to the face-off dot. Near wing for Nordquist. Down low in the corner. St. Pierre tried to get it in the slot. And a puck out of the zone. Barker could not keep it in as Fleischman with a little tip away. And a puck cleared away. And a stop here with 4:06 to go in the first period. So the wireless connection's no good and the landline's no good. Is that right? Or we don't know? All right. Wilkes-Barre at last check had a lead going into the second period at 2-1. In a perfect world, if the Bears could win in regulation tonight and get help from Providence in regulation in Wilkes-Barre, the Bears could be assured of starting 07 with a little bit of a cushion. A shot here from Barker, but we are a long way from that right now. A shot in on the right post. Pietrasiak the save with 25 seconds to go and a penalty to Vandermeer. And 3:54 to go in the second period. Hershey tonight without Darren McChesney. Maxime Daigneault relegated to backup duty. Day-to-day with a lower body injury. And a puck near wing Brouwer. Far wing Bochenski. And behind the net, Engelland trying to clear, but the Admirals have it. Despite all the losses, Dave Steckel isn't here. Jamie Hunt still on recall. Timo Helbling still on recall. And the Bears up 3-2 here. Back on the far side, a shot from St. Pierre knocked down. And another chance for Nordquist. Nice save. And held on as the goaltender Coming up with another save, Pietrasiak will cover near post with 3:29 to go in the second period. Hershey taking the lead on Giroux's 24th of the season at 13:30 of this period. A shorthanded goal by Wiseman in the first, 5-on-5 from Tanut and Giroux here in the second. And the puck one up and out of the zone, back at 5 aside now for both clubs. And it is St. Jacques up the wall. Burris will beat Busenberg to it, trying to leave for Frazier. Byrne tying up behind the net. And the Bears coming out now with Wilson ahead through Fehr and into the Norfolk zone. Hendry off the glass, back to center ice, controlled here by the Bears and Busenberg. Hershey has to touch up. They do so. And St. Jacques from behind his own net to center for Colin Frazier. Tripped up across the line, and the puck deep in the corner. Busenberg behind his own goal, near side from Burris. And a battle and a little scrum that Burris gets it away from. A shot in front, and Pietrasiak will hold on, and Colin Frazier coming at it with Eric Fehr. David Kochi, you have his attention now as he skates in. And Eric Fehr and Colin Frazier exchanging some less than pleasantries here. Jeremy Domish is in, and now Kochi going down, and a fallen bear that we can't read the license number from this distance with a linesman in the way. We will in a moment. Away, and yeah, it's Louis Robitaille. You know, we could have guessed that. Robitaille was trying to get back up, and Kochi not getting any punches thrown, and Kochi smart enough on that play not to throw any punches or to get the book thrown at him with somebody in a vulnerable position. Robitaille will go to the box. Kochi will do the same. And we'll see if they're the only two. And Fehr and Frazier might have gone if it weren't for Robitaille and Kochi. 2:43 left here in the second period. If you're just joining us, the Bears trailed 1-0 early. Have rallied here in the second period to take a 3-2 lead. And heading into the final period, perhaps, the Bears trying to hold on to a lead, but now might have a little open ice to work with. We'll see what that might change the dynamic a little bit. Penalty read coming in a moment. Adam Birdie is off in the penalty box as well for Norfolk. The Bears might actually come out with a power play here. Should be amazing at Fehr with 3 penalties called at Fehr and Frazier were not involved in any of them. And they were really kind of started the whole altercation. The full read from Randy Rock coming in a moment. 17-17, the time of the calls here. It's a power play for the Bears. Here's the read. We think. We continue to wait. They get that giant pure power play thing going. You think the penalties are coming next.
Here are the penalties for Norfolk. Number 25, Adam Birdie, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 3, David Kochi, 2 minutes for roughing. For Hershey, number 24, Louis Robitaille, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalties, 17-17. For Norfolk, Birdie, 2 minutes for roughing. Kochi, 2 minutes for roughing. And for Hershey, Robitaille, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 17-17.
Shorthanded try here and a penalty coming up. It will be on Norfolk, and you knew that was coming. A holding call here. And the Bears, the beneficiaries after that last play, and it certainly didn't have to be that way. Wiseman a little fired up. He's holding on and yells, uh-oh. Wiseman just earned himself an additional 2 minutes. The Norfolk Admirals are now going to have a power play to work with. Not a good idea for Chad Wiseman. Whatever he said to Jason Nissen was too much. A 4-minute double minor that will make it even for now. And when Kochi comes out, that will, in fact, make it a Norfolk power play. Well, this is something my parents will get treated to. They're going to like this. They're right over there in that section. In tradition here at Giant Center. Oh, my goodness. Back out to center. A double minor against Wiseman.
2 minutes for holding and 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalty, 17:46. Wiseman, 2 minutes for holding and 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalty, 17:46.
And a shot here from Brandon Bochenski, and the Norfolk Admirals have just tied the game with 1:50 to go in the second period. A loose puck that came off the goaltender, and Bochenski on the second effort, able to score his second of the game. Time of the goal, 18:10. And we begin anew. The Bears and the Admirals now tied at 3-3. The worst part about that is it goes in the books as a 4-on-4 goal. The power play still coming for Norfolk after the game tire here late. Bochenski, second of the game, 24th of the season. And usually if there's something to be said against the referee, you'll hear it from this radio booth first. But really, as much as the fans not liking that call, Chad Wiseman was 8 kinds of fired up coming into the box, and whatever he said to Jason Nissen might very well have warranted the extra 2 minutes. Into the second period, each team has scored 3 times. We'll get to that in a minute.
24th of the season, scored by number 27, Brandon Bochenski. The assist to number 9, Martin Saint-Pierre. Top of the goal, 18:10. Bochenski from Saint-Pierre. Top of the goal, 18:10.
6 goals, 3 by each team in the second. Providence trailing Wilkes-Barre 5-4 in the final minute of the second period in Wilkes-Barre. Here at Giant Center, Norfolk just tying the game at 3-3 on Brandon Bochenski's second of the contest. And St. Jacques with 90 seconds to go in the period. Near side with Busenberg. Lost his stick. Fans wanted a call there. Probably good there wasn't, although the Bears would have welcomed it. As Byrne will send to center. And a puck brought in now by Hendry. Norfolk in a game where the momentum has gone back and forth between the Bears and the Admirals, as you would expect with 2 teams of this caliber. Puck along the far wall, Nordquist, and Byrne will take it here for Hershey. Back for Giroux, his shot offline. And Fleischman going far wing, a minute to go. Second period, the Bears going to be down a man in 15 seconds. Puck over on the far side, and Bork knocking it down. St. Jacques back in his zone, and will bring it against Hendricks and along the far side. The puck sent back into the Bears' end, and Jeff Schultz near side will clear it up and now to center, but it's intercepted. St. Pierre for Bochenski. His shot is knocked away, and Jeff Schultz behind the net trying to clear, kept in by the Admirals. Scary moment here. Power play save made off the blocker of Pietrasiak, and now to center. Bork. A shorthanded try, 23 seconds left. A shot going right over top of the goal. Terrific move from Bork as St. Pierre will clear it to Troy Brouwer. Brouwer and Bochenski. Brouwer hit by Arsini. Bochenski will keep it in. 10 seconds to go in the period. The Bears are going to have just under 2 minutes of power play time to kill when the third period starts. The Bears clear it down, and 2 periods are done here at Giant Center. 1:46 left in the double minor to Wiseman. The Bears and the Norfolk Admirals all tied at 3-3. And the Bears hoping to close in on what would be a 24th victory of the year. The Bears had 2 different 1-goal leads in the second. And now, behind the goaltender, Jeff Pietrasiak, looking for his first American Hockey League win and his first AHL start. The Bears have a period of hockey to go in a game that has been awfully close. Admirals with the edge in shots at 29-21. And Chad Wiseman still finishing off the double minor that was called on him at about 2.5 minutes to go in period number 2. And Hendricks now at center. The Bears obviously need to get through the penalty kill portion of the beginning of the period and then turn their attentions to try and find the go-ahead. It has been a terrific game here at Giant Center tonight. The Bears trying for their 5th win in a row and their 24th of the season. If they get it, they would have 55 points. And still one game to go in the 06 portion of the schedule. This third period is underway. Hendricks now stepping up as Giroux, one-on-one. A chance for it to get the shorty taken down, and no call from Jason Nissen as Brouwer took him down. He met him head on, but now coming the other way is Quinton Lang with a shot and over the glove of Crawford, but wide of the net. St. Pierre will move to center. Along the right board, Norfolk bringing it in. A shot low in front of Pietrasiak. It ends up in the corner far side. Admirals with a power play for another minute 5. At the top of the circle, Nordquist to the corner with a pass. Orsini checks off Brouwer. And a puck to St. Pierre. Top of the shot, and Bochenski scores for the hat trick. On the back door, the first hat trick allowed by the Bears this season. A power play goal for the Norfolk Admirals, and the Bears trail now 4-3. Bochenski on fire tonight, his third of the game, 25th of the season. And you got to go back in the books to find the last hat trick scored against Hershey. The Bears, in just over a calendar year, had not done it. December the 22nd of 2005 in Grand Rapids, Don McLean scoring the hat trick. And here, a year and 8 days later, Brandon Bochenski has just done the same thing. And now Norfolk with a 4-3 lead. And a lot of time remaining in the third, but the Bears, for the first time in a while, having to play catch-up. A terrific movement by the power play unit for Norfolk.
Third of the game and 25th of the season, scored by number 27, Brandon Bochenski. The assist to number 9, Martin St. Pierre, and number 19, Jonas Nordquist. Time of the goal, 52 seconds. On the power play, Bochenski from St. Pierre and Nordquist. Time of the goal, 52 seconds.
That's the third assist of the game for St. Pierre. And a puck back into the Norfolk zone. St. Jacques will start with it now for Norfolk. 18-15 to go in the third. Norfolk leading it 4-3. And a puck at center. Hendricks after it. And Engelland along the near side will send it to center ice. St. Jacques, far board, will dump it in. Sean Germain for Hershey. Ahead now. It's a 3-on-2 of the Bears. Hurry. Robitaille. Hendricks lighting one up and just missing. Near the left post. Rattling off the back wall. And Robitaille near wing trying to keep in. Hendricks, as he battles to center, had it away from Burish. And the number 18 for Norfolk able to keep it in. A shot covered up at the far side of the goal crease by Jeff. The newcomer in goal for the Bears this evening. A face-off now coming up to the left of Pietrasiak inside the Bears' end. Our next broadcast of Bears hockey and our final broadcast of 2006 coming up tomorrow night. Bears in Providence. Right here at Giant Center. Tickets still available for the game, although a big crowd expected. So if you are coming, you're going to want to get on that early tomorrow. 717-508-BEAR or at the Giant Center box office. That'll do nicely as well. If you can't make it, we will be here with a pregame show beginning at 4:40. Along the far side, St. Pierre up top to Barker. His shot knocked away from the goaltender. Pietrasiak will send it near wing, and Admirals try to keep it in. Schultz after it far side. Admirals had touched up, and now Brouwer. Far wall to St. Pierre. His shot tipped in front. Save made. Pietrasiak now with a penalty coming up. And it's going to be on Dean Orsini for tripping up Bochenski. They're going to call a hold. Like Dino was a big fan of it, but he heads off with 17:10 to play in the third. And the Bears can ill afford to give up anything else, and they really need to batten down the hatches now on a penalty kill. Orsini at $250 for holding. The first penalty on either team here in the third. Hershey has surrendered 32 shots. Pietrasiak has stopped 28 of them. The Bears, who had led by a single goal on two different occasions in the second, now trailing by one. The way goals have come in this game, Bears just need to get some shots.
Time of the penalty, 2:50. Orsini, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 2:50.
Puck along the far board, and now to center for McDonald. Left side, poke checked away by Trevor Byrne. And on the corner, and now behind the net, Colin Fraser. Tipped away by Schultz, and Byrne will clear it down. Byrne has really been a rock for this team tonight in the absence of Lawrence Nicollet. Along the far side here, and Tyler Sloan, who had a pretty good effort for himself last night, and out tonight too, with Jeff Schultz replacing him in less than 100% due to illness. Schultz out there this minute, and McDonald fumbling it along the left side. Giroux trying to clear, pass over Byfuglien and out of the zone with 1:10 to go here. Giroux will leave it back now. A shorthanded try around Byfuglien, walks in, shot, and running into the goaltender. A penalty coming up. And I don't know if Giroux is going to get caught. It looked like he is, and he was checked into the goaltender. That's a terrible call. They're going to say charging. There is no question he ran into Crawford, but he had a lot of help bearing down for the shot. And Nissen is going to send Giroux to the box. That's not going to endear Jason Nissen to the Giant Center faithful. We're going to see the replay here. Giroux coming in. He went backhand, and he absolutely was hit into the goaltender by McDonald. That's a terrible, terrible call. That's plain as day on the replay. McDonald hits him into the goaltender, and Giroux goes for 2 minutes. And McDonald, well, wait a minute. Is McDonald going to get called here as well? Let's see. McDonald had come halfway off the bench, and now sitting back down. That's going to be a 5-on-3 for 56 seconds. That is an atrocious call by Jason Nissen. I'm telling you, that's one of the worst of the year. Giroux was trying to make a move in front and was hit into the goaltender.
2 minutes for charging. Time of the penalty, 3:54. Giroux, 2 minutes for charging. Time of the penalty, 3:54.
That is terrible. Back along the far board, a 5-on-3 in a game where the Bears are depleted already. That is just absolutely unfair. Far side, a shot off Pietrasiak, save and covered. And the goaltender with a save. Pietrasiak, far post, will get on top of it. And Brandon Pietrasiak just about came up with his 4th of the game. And you got to dig way back in the history books to 1993, the last time the Bears allowed 4 goals to a single guy. Pietrasiak was in a little whisker of doing that just there. So Giroux in the box. It's a 5-on-3 for 23 more seconds. You can bet Arsenio come right out of the box and stay on here on the PK. And a shot from the top of the far circle from Cam Barker. Away from the crease with a save. Pietrasiak with a blast. That ends up on the far side, and the Bears will clear it. That'll get Arseni out. Dino joins the play. It's a 5-on-4 for 1 minute. Brouwer into the left circle. Norfolk getting to work again with 15 minutes to go. The Bears trail it 4-3. Pietrasiak had the puck swept away. And the Bears now shorthanded with Matt Hendricks skating 1-on-3. Back into the Norfolk zone, a backhander and a shot that kicks off the goaltender. And wide out to the center of the rink for McDonald. St. Pierre will dump it in, and the Bears will clear it back. On in 35 seconds is Giroux, the save, and Pietrasiak left the rebound there for Brouwer, but the Bears cleared it away and down ice. Pietrasiak looked to be pretty good for the most part on the first shot. At times on the second, it's been interesting. Along the far board and now up top to the blue line. It is Dustin Byfuglien, right circle. In now for Nordquist, and the Admirals out along the far side with Bickle at the right point. Fleischman a tremendous clear, and the Bears have killed off a 5-on-3. Back to even strength with 14 minutes to go, third period. The Bears need one to get even. And along the far side, Bork with a hit on Nordquist. And Byfuglien inside the Norfolk zone will leave for Bickle behind his net. The Bears have absolutely given it everything they've got tonight. Back along the near wing, Wilson forcing the turnover. Back out to Busenberg at the right point. A shot that hops wide of the goal. Back on the near wing for Wilson. He's hit by Byfuglien. And Bork over on the near wing looking to clear. The Admirals do. And Byrne has to pull it back. Shoot it back into the zone. Bears had to touch up. Norfolk in the meantime with Bickle blasting into the Hershey zone. Another stop by Pietrasiak. 13:20 to play. Third period. Norfolk 4. And the Bears 3. It's Kyle Wilson now on the left side and dumping it deep. Behind the net, Norfolk near wall. Heading up the far side. At center at the red line, Johnson will dump into the glove of the goaltender, Pietrasiak. He'll hold for his 33rd save of the game and will take a timeout. Norfolk in the front of things here now at 4-3. We'll have more in a moment here at Giant Center on the Bears Radio Network. Face-off between Tanud and St. Pierre. Deep in Hershey territory, the Bears win the draw, and Schultz behind the net will skate near wing. 13 to go here in period number 3. Schultz will dump in. Schultz with a couple of games for the Capitals in the last 10 days. Near side for Giroux. Up top to Arsini. The shot is knocked down, and Fleischman will pick it up on the right wing. 5-on-5 hockey here in the third. And the fallen Bear, Tanut, hit the goal, fell down on his own. The battle for the puck. Giroux coming out on the right side. Bears able to keep the zone. Right circle up to the blue line. Schultz tees one up. A shot, rebound. Fleischman had a chance at the right post. Diving in front of it was St. Jacques. And the puck out now for Brouwer to center ice. A battle just on the other side of the Norfolk line. Fleischman awfully close to having a puck to shoot toward an empty net, but it couldn't come to a stick in time. And now the Admirals will send it deep. Far side for Kyle Wilson with 12 minutes to go. Third period. Norfolk 4, Hershey 3. Busenberg back on the far side for Trevor Byrne. Ahead now to Wiseman. He gets behind Jeremy Domas, trying to get a shot. Can't turn the corner and ends back on the far side. Out to Byrne. Tees one up. Knocked down. Byrne with a rebound. Into Wiseman in the right circle, but he could not get the shot away. And now to the blue line again. Byrne will try to throw it in front. Broken up by the Admirals. Byrne back to get it in the neutral zone. 11:30 to go. Third period. Fehr in on the far side. Trying to get around Domas. Loose puck in front, but no shot. After the second opportunity, Deryk Engelland keeps it in right side. Puck to the corner. Wilson was held. Could have been a call. Near side, and then popping up and out of play into the second row with 11:18 to play in the third period. The Bears trying to keep plugging away with a face-off now coming in front of Crawford. And off to his left. Tonight's attendance here at Giant Center, 8,432. 8-4-3-2. They have seen a dandy. The Bears trailing here by 1. Pietrasiak will come out of net for Hershey and leave it along the near side. And Deryk Engelland back out now. A shot from McDonald. Saved there by the goaltender. Back on the far wing. And now the Bears will dump in with Quinton Lang. Chris Bork behind the net. Hendricks on the far side. And now Lang at the hash mark toward Hendricks in the corner. 10:45 to go. Bears down 4-3, but on the attack here. Hendricks tripped up and no call again. Not sure what Jason Nissen's waiting for. Along the near side, Bork. Behind the net now to Hendricks. He's hit by Barker. Lang trying to move it out front. Pulled down near side, and finally took a while to get the arm in the air, but a hold here against Norfolk. They had gotten away with a few things inside their own zone. This one is going to be whistled. And the Bears need a power play goal in a bad way. I think the crowd helped a little bit on that second call after he missed the first. 9:34 the time of the third period. The hold on Barker. And the biggest power play perhaps in this stretch of 7 games in 10 nights coming up right now. The Bears trying to keep their winning streak alive. They need one to get even. With 10:26 to play, they are down 1. And Giroux with a puck on the right side. As the puck drops, Henry, and now Byfuglien for Norfolk.
2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 9:34. Barker, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 9:34.
The Bears with a puck along the far side. Chad Wiseman now across. Wiseman trying to split the D, but the Bears were offsides. Only 17 seconds ticking off the clock. This crowd of nearly 8,500 certainly loving what they have seen in terms of action, but the home crowd would love to see the Bears rally to tie it here. 10:09 to go, third period. Norfolk 4, Hershey 3. And Burris, after the Norfolk win on the draw, will send it down. Pietrasiak will leave it. On the far side of the goal, Chad Wiseman, who has logged a ton of ice time tonight, special teams and otherwise, bringing to center, and Trevor Byrne will send it right corner deep. Around the left side to Tanute. He's been hot of late. Another goal here tonight after 3 points an evening ago. Down low behind the net, off Fleischman to Giroux, and now Fleischman on the wing to the far circle. To the blue line, Wiseman. Trevor Byrne. To Wiseman again on the perimeter. A shot off a couple of skate blades. Norfolk will clear. I don't think anybody on either team has logged more ice time tonight than Trevor Byrne has. Out there on the power play, out there at 5-on-5, and now moving is Kyle Wilson, left side of the Norfolk zone. Behind the net, pass right wing to Fleischman. Up top to Byrne. Back to Fleischman again. A little behind the back move as Wilson tried to center. Jeremy Domish with a piece of him, with the puck staying in the zone. Fleischman to Giroux now. Back down low at the side of the net. Fleischman bound in front. Wilson almost tapped that home. On the far side, Wiseman hitting Wilson now behind the net. The Admirals up top for Byrne. His shot in traffic. Knocked down. Admirals clear. And all the way down, Pietrasiak will play in at the bottom of the circle. And perhaps one more chance for the Bears on this power play. 17 seconds to go and the penalty to Barker. 8:40 to play in the third. Hershey trailing 4-3. And a puck at center. Eric Fehr motoring away from Frazier. Now across off the stick of Fehr. And deep along the near side, Henry. Now in front for Borka. Try shot. Score! Eric Fehr! What a look by Chris Bork! Backdoor, game tied with 8:24 to play in regulation. Hershey 4, Norfolk 4. This crowd is loving it. Eric Fehr's 16th goal of the season. A 5-on-5 goal. It comes at 11:36 of the third period. A huge even strength goal. And the Bears now can try to get one more past Crawford and keep the Admirals at bay.
Scored by number 11, Eric Fehr. The assist at number 17, Chris Bork, and number 18, Kyle Wilson. Time of the goal, 11:36. Fehr from Bork and Wilson. Time of the goal, 11:36.
Chris Bork made that goal happen. And the Admirals now back in the zone with Kochi. Fehr finishing it off, his 16th of the season, breaks a little mini drought for Fehr. And the puck on the far wall is cleared away by Robitaille, and down ice it goes. 7.5 to go, third period. Hershey 4 and Norfolk 4. Bork along the near wing, Busenberg. On across, far side, Lang, but coming in offsides, and we'll take a timeout. 7:24 to go, third period. Hershey and the Admirals all tied up at 4-4 on the Bears Radio Network. 7:24 to go, third period. The Bears have tied it. This has gone back and forth all night. A tremendous game. And now the Bears trying to get one more and hoping that goaltender Jeff Pietrasiak can keep them off the board. And the Bears can take a 4-point lead in the East Division standings, at least over Norfolk. It could be 3 if Wilkes-Barre wins. Puck along the far side, and the internet's gone again, so we'll see what we can do about that in a moment. Near side, McDonald hitting Lang in the corner. 7:10 to play, third period. Bears fighting for the go-ahead. Bowling pins in the corner with Lang and St. Jacques. Also Bork. McDonald coming over far side. A shot in front of Crawford. Bobbled it for a moment. And the Bears suddenly turning up the juice. And Big Mo is on Hershey's side with 7 minutes to play here in the third period. The Bears and Admirals knotted up at 4 apiece. It was 1-0 Norfolk. The Bears are up 2-1, up 3-2. Norfolk led at 4-3 before the Bears tied it here at 4. And a face-off one for the Admirals back in behind the net. Engelland against Birdie on the right point. Forced out by the Admirals to the Hershey blue line. And Sean Germain for Hershey up the far board. And Norfolk now in their own zone. Hit in behind the net. Loose puck. Hendry and Fleischman working all the way to the wall. And now Tanoot and Colin Fraser. Tanoot with it on his stick to Fleischman behind the net. Coming right corner and cut off by St. Jacques. Fleischman gets free. Shot. Score! Joey Tanoot! His second goal of the night! Hershey 5! Norfolk 4 with 6:30 to go! This team never, ever gives up! Unbelievable! Tanoot! His second of the game, his 10th of the season. Hershey up 5-4 with 6.5 to play. What an unbelievable effort. The Bears rallying from a goal down to take the lead, but still 6.5 remain. Joey Tanoot from Thomas Fleischman. And St. Jacques behind his net for Norfolk. Crawford. A few chinks in the armor after all. After such solid performances all season, he's now allowed 5.
10th of the season, scored by number 10, Joey Tanoot. The assist to number 14, Thomas Fleischman. Time of the goal, 13:30. Tanoot from Fleischman. Time of the goal, 13:30.
Bears on the near wall with St. Jacques and Kyle Wilson. Schultz up the far dasher. No icing here. They say Norfolk could have played it. 5:37 to go, third period. Hershey with some pretty long odds, leading it here 5-4, and a puck to center. Brought in now by Nordquist. He'll drop it. A save made. Pietrasiak with a goal lead to work with and 5:20 away if he can hold it from his first AHL victory. A shot along the far board. Bork down to Hendricks in the corner. He's hit and Domish behind the net will gather it up. The Admirals now with 41 shots and 37 saves in his AHL debut for Pietrasiak. And Crawford, after bobbling it, Matt Hendricks was looking for a rebound. Little pushing and shoving here. The Bears have the lead. We'll take a timeout. It is 5-4 on the Bears Radio Network. 5 minutes to go, third period. John Walton with you here, Giant Center. The Bears lead it 5-4. And Deryk Engelland will put this one up and out of play when this game concludes. And hopefully with a score exactly where it is right now, but still 4:53 to go. The Fairview Golf Course post-game show. Out-of-town scores. We will have highlights from this game. And the Bears trying to open up a 4-point gap between themselves and the Admirals under the most unlikely of circumstances. Along the far side, Fraser with a shot, glove save. Jeff Pietrasiak holding on with 4:44 to go. We know that the signal of our flagship station beams into Berks County with authority. And if you're listening and a Reading Royals fan, your boy's doing you pretty proud right now. Pietrasiak stepping into a tough role against arguably the AHL's best offense right now. And he's got a 1-goal lead with 4:44 to play. Hershey leading it 5-4. Pietrasiak and Germain both coming up from Reading today. The Bears playing with a depleted lineup. Norfolk with a shot here from Barker. And a far side for St. Pierre. Broken up. And the puck out now for Kyle Wilson. Right side into the Norfolk zone. Shot. Score! Chad Wiseman, second of the night. Hershey 6. Norfolk 4. Chad Wiseman his second of the night, his 10th of the season. And the Bears have hung a half dozen on Corey Crawford. Who would have guessed that at the beginning of this game? 19 wins this season and a goals against average of 2.43. Shot down in front here of Pietrasiak on the far board. 6 goals. Free poultry for everybody on the far side.
Hershey goal, his second of the game and 10th of the season. Scored by number 21, Chad Wiseman. The assist to number 18, Kyle Wilson. Time of the goal, 15:35. Wiseman from Wilson. Time of the goal, 15:35.
That makes it a multi-point game for Wilson, a multi-goal game for Wiseman. With 3:30 to go, the Hershey Bears lead this game 6-4. Unbelievable comeback for the second straight night, and this one, I believe, even tops last night at Albany, where the Bears were down a goal, rallied for a couple to beat Albany for the 17th straight time. Now with 3:13 to go, they've given the newcomer in goal a 2-goal lead to work with. You know that Norfolk is going to bring the house here, though. Near side, Burrish along the wall. Giroux will scoot it out of the zone, and Byfuglien back into the Norfolk end. Back in across offside. We'll take a break. 2:57 to go. Hershey up 6-4 on the Bears Radio Network. Norfolk with a puck in their own zone. And now bringing to center. Norfolk dropping it off. A shot for Barker. Saved by Pietrasiak. He'll hold on. That is the 44th shot of the game for the Norfolk Admirals. And the 40th save of the night for Jeff Pietrasiak, who unbelievably now stands one save away from tying a Hershey season high. Freddie Cassivi had 41 against Norfolk back on December the 10th. And Pietrasiak can put his name in his first AHL start onto that list. There it is, right there. Shot number 45, right off the draw. Then Pietrasiak covers up, and a stop with 2:28 to go in the third period. The Hershey Bears, should they hold on to this lead, would have a 4-point lead over the Norfolk Admirals and still have a game in hand that they'll make up tomorrow when the Providence Bruins come to town. Both teams will have played 35 games entering 2007. 2:28 to go. St. Pierre with a draw against Hendricks. Winning it back to St. Jacques, a drive over top of the goal, landing on top of the net, and Pietrasiak alertly covering that one up. Hershey with 31 shots. They have pulled the goaltender, Corey Crawford, in an attempt to draw even from 2 down. The Bears have an empty net to shoot at to try and finish them off. The faceoff will come out of the zone, but I think Crawford is going to stay where he is as it comes near the Bears' blue line. If the Bears can win the draw and put a puck into the empty net, now Crawford's going to come back out now, but you can bet it won't be for long. 2:23 remaining. Crawford starting between the circles and looking to come halfway out as Norfolk wins the draw, dumps it in. Crawford to the bench. Extra attacker on. Bears will send it up and out of the zone toward the empty net, but it's going to be offline. And it'll be touched up by Troy Brouwer with 2:11 to go in the game. Hershey up 6-4. If you can ever cling to a 2-goal lead, the Bears might just be doing that right now. A Hershey season high 42 saves for Jeff Pietrasiak. I don't know what the Vegas odds would have been on that before the game, but I guarantee you'd have made some coin. A tremendous feat, and here in the third period, the kid up from Reading has certainly made the folks in Berks County awfully proud tonight in stepping up to Hershey and getting it done in big-time fashion. 6-4 Hershey. A timeout called here by Norfolk. We'll do the same with 2:11 remaining. Hershey up 6-4 on the Bears Radio Network. Trevor Burns sitting in the near side. 2:05 to go, third period. An empty net for the Bears to shoot out as McDonald goes far side to St. Pierre. A Hershey season best now, 42 saves for Jeff Pietrasiak and his Bears in AHL debut as McDonald puts it in on net, and the kid comes up with another one. 1:49 to go. That is 47 of them. The Bears giving up a truckload, but it's certainly understandable the way this game has gone. The most shots that the Bears have allowed in a game this season was 42. They have obliterated that. 47 shots on goal. A face-off coming up here is Chanute battling with Jason McDonald. Norfolk with 1:40 to go keeps it in the zone. Bochinski, and now the Bears on a 3-on-1. Orsini missed the empty net from center ice, gunning for his first of the season. Along the far board, Norfolk back, right side, a shot from Pierre Parento, a name we have not mentioned much this evening. Highly touted, coming over in the trade this week from Anaheim. Along the near side, Barker lost the puck. Giroux off to the races, coming in the Norfolk zone. Yes! An empty net goal, and the Hershey Bears, despite a lineup that featured several guys that were relative unknowns before this game, are going to beat the Norfolk Admirals here tonight. Unbelievable. Giroux, second of the game. That is Alexander Giroux's 25th goal of the season. And the Bears are going to go 4 points up on Norfolk with 2 games to come. And, folks, they're going to be interesting next week in Hampton Roads.
Scored by number 12, Alexander Giroux. Unassisted. Time of the goal, 18:48. Giroux unassisted. Time of the goal, 18:48.
The puck along the far side. And Norfolk to center. They skated ahead. And a backhander in on Pietrasiak. And another save. His 44th of the game. They saw to the right of the Hershey goal with 52.1 seconds to play in the third period. The Bears will have points now in 31 of 35 games to begin the season. And depending on what Chicago does tonight, might go into New Year's Eve with the best point total by themselves in all the American Hockey League. The puck down low near side. Dustin Byfuglien tying it up for the Admirals. 43 seconds to go. Fehr with a goal here in the third period among many. The Bears scoring 4 times here in the third period. And with 30 seconds to go, Fehr will put it on net. Crawford getting the Bronx cheer as he puts it into the glove unbelievably. And this is his 5th appearance against the Bears. He at times has looked unbeatable, but he is anything but here tonight. And despite the fact the Bears allowed 48 shots on goal now with 29.7, Jeff Pietrasiak will come up from Reading and win his first American Hockey League game. That is back-to-back nights. The Bears get a winner in their AHL debut in goal. Hendricks far side with 20 seconds left. Back to center, the Admirals with Colin Fraser. Far side moving in, shot at Pietrasiak, running into the goaltender, and a penalty coming up. Pietrasiak not really impacted too much, but Jason Nissen will call it, and as you might imagine, some pushing and shoving follow. Sean Germain mixing it up here a bit, holding on to Adam Burish. You know Norfolk has to be absolutely ticked at the way this one has gone. They had it in their grasp and let it get away. And a head-to-head 4-point matchup that the Bears are going to be talking about for a while after this night. with their fourth goaltender, a depleted defensive core, but hard work and timely scoring here in the third period are going to turn this out to be a winner. And Jeff Pietrasiak going to win his AHL debut. And he may be on his way back to Reading, but he certainly put on a show for the 8,432 folks who showed up to Giant Center here tonight. We're going to get a couple penalties here, and only 2 Bears have gone to the box. That seems curious at best. But at this juncture, I don't think anybody in this house is going to complain. 49 Admiral shots. And a night that I am sure Jeff Pietrasiak's not going to forget anytime soon. The Hershey Bears are within a whisker of their 24th win of the year. Norfolk will fall to 23, 8-4-1. It is a final from Wilkes-Barre. The Penguins a winner tonight, 2-1. So the Bears will be ahead by 3 points, and the Bears will know going into 2007 they are the top dog in the East Division standings. The final 10 seconds. The Admirals with a 5-on-3 for what it's worth with 2 men in the box. A shot here from St. Pierre. 1 second left. That's it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Norfolk. On one of the grittiest and guttiest performances of this season that has been filled with highlights galore. The Hershey Bears tonight, perhaps their most masterful performance yet, and an undermanned group that beat the Norfolk Admirals by a score of 7-4. We'll take a break. The post-game show next on the Bears Radio Network.